Okay. So yes, Cab, as you were saying, he for the fiscal, his new fiscal for 2020, he's looking at slashing the student loan forgiveness program.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. And it's like, okay, Bernie Sanders is fighting to forgive student loan.
Yes,
right.
him and Warren, Elizabeth Warren, both on that same agenda.
Right.
They
And
want to help the student loan.
They want to
Trump
help.
said he don't want no one to be able to afford to buy no house because you don't have to pay back the student loan. See, about all that being federally funded and stuff, and the way the program was, you had to be on there at least make them 120 payments.
120 payments.
10 years.
Yes, exactly. Go ahead.
And then, the budget, America's future and all that stuff is gone. It's no hope.
Right. Because check this out. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, so he's just doing this because he feels that it's mainly minorities that have to pay back loans and not his own. That's my assumption, because I know that whenever he tries put some sort of plan out there, it's something that will jeopardize minorities. That's
true.
My feeling.
That's true. Because you think about it, the Billionaire Club. All them kids they go to school. They get the program. And they wiggle away. They self around.
Right. And their mamas and daddies are paying for them to get into schools. Yeah. And then the crazy part is that a lot of them are fronting to pretending to be African American or people of color. They're pretending to be them to get those scholarships to get into school, and then they don't hear like, who is it, Lori Lochner, where she could be facing time, and she should go to jail for that. You should go to jail. That's stealing. Her and her design. They need to be in there designing new prison suits. Huh? Okay. But nonetheless, that's just the way, it is. And I'm going to say this, step outside for a minute. I was watching Chicago PD, because it is one of my favorite shows. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I was watching Chicago PD, and there was this episode was about a brother. He was an informant, right? And so they wanted him to help them bring down these 3 bad cops, because these three bad cops were drug dealers.
That's a true story.
Yeah, it is.
It's a true story here in the city.
Okay, as it is, yeah. Look, yeah. So what happens is, they in order for them to get the DA to prosecute the 3 police officers, because the DA is like, look, if we bring them to trial, what will happen is that all of the people that they put away, those cases are now going to be reopened, or we have to let those people go, because
true story.
Okay, so then they would Boyd, who plays the lead of this the department that he's in, right? He is like, look, I need these 3 bad cops off the street. And so the DA pressed him, and they say the only way you can get them off the street is you have to turn up your CI. So Boyd was like, I can't do that. I can't put him out like that. Well, then you won't get him. So Boyd get pushed. Boyd go ahead. He throw his boy under the bus, right? It's a brother, of course, right? So the brother say, man, how could you sell me out like that just to get your hit? Damn, let them go. That's the way the world is. You got 3 bad cops. You think those are the only 3 bad cops, on the force? So he said, once my name gets out as a snitch, I'm dead, right? So sure enough, what the brother did was he went back and he put a hit on the 3 white officers, because they were white officers. I didn't say that. So he went back and he had the 3 white officers hit. And so when they go to arrest them, they all dead, right? So now he don't have to testify. Hell, you don't have to worry about them in the loop anymore, because they're dead. So why?
Right now, that show went to the courthouse and stole all the court documents and made a series out of it. Got everybody thinking, oh, that's some good creative stuff.
What you
That's
say?
some
What you say?
true-
It's real.
Real true stories here in the city. There's so many cops corrupt their crops.
Right. Exactly.
They don't release so many people now.
But let me get to my point I was making. So what happened is the young white female on Boyd's crew, Boyd said, "Hey, leave it alone. You know, hey, they were bad cops anyway. Let them, you know, whatever." She's like, "No, I don't like that. He did what he did. He was wrong. He shouldn't have done that, right?" So she goes and tells the streets about old boy, the brother that's a CI, right? Say, you know how we knew about so and so. He's the one. He told y'all to go, you know, set the 3 white cops up. So she done put his name out on the street now that he's a snitch, a rat. Why they find him dead, strapped down with a dead rat hanging, dripping blood over him, right? So, you know, Boyd goes to her and he's like, you know, what you did was wrong. But here's my point. She was like, well, he was wrong for getting the crew that jumped those white officers, you know, the bad, not I'm saying white officers, but the bad officer. But what it said to me in that story was, you can forgive 3 bad white cops for what they did, how they putting drugs on the street and being wrong. But you wanted to blast the brother out because he covered his...
Because he giving up information.
He knew how to protect himself because he was like, if I have to go testify in court against those men, you know, that I was a CI, the streets gonna kill me.
Exactly what they say on the streets. Snitches get stitched.
Snitches get stitched. That's what they say in the movie. So she was more
They
concerned.
still in that same.
She was. But
it's just these people.
But you know what? Law and Order does it too. But it just really, what really got me was it was blindly, and it was so bold in our face that it's okay for the white guys that were doing wrong and cops that were doing wrong, they get sniffed out and you upset about that. But they were doing drugs. That happens in drug deals and with dealers. Sometimes you get sniffed out, but you want the brother to be killed because he did the CYA thing. You know, he covered his own behind so that he wouldn't have to testify and get snitched, you know, be the snitch that got stitches.
That was CYA.
CYA.
CYB. You got something different. I guess that's a Georgia peach thing.
What? CYA? You better know it.
I say CYA.
That's what we say, CYA. We say CYA. I don't know what Michelle's talking about CYB, but anyway. But that was my point. My point is that in this world, I mean, in this country, we have to really be careful with watching how they, you know, you smile in my face, you say you're my friend, but it's still a thin line between black and white. I don't care what anybody says. It's a thin line between black and white. Now, there's some swirls, but for the majority, it's a thin line. It's a thin line. But anyway, so I just wanted to hit on that. Also, you know what I wanted to talk about is, Lord, won't they let the man rest? Can't they bury his body? Can't we just say goodbye to the King of Soul?
James Brown.
Get back, take down. Macy up.
That man been dead, what, almost 14 years?
Yep.
Yeah, 2006. I remember it was Christmas Day, right?
Exactly, yes.
What is it with all these celebs passing on Christmas Day and these holidays? I know he's not the only one. Was it,
really?
Yeah, somebody, okay, I think I'm thinking of George Michael. That was a couple of years ago, or something like that. Yeah.
But he died on a holiday, too?
Yeah, Christmas Day. Yeah.
Really? Pitiful. I didn't know that.
Not on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
So now they're wanting to say that he was murdered. I know that there's been some back and forth, but it's back in the news again that he was murdered.
But the prosecutors haven't really decided to reopen that case, though. They just getting a lot of, you know, they've been getting some news about this suspicious death with James Brown had about 3 or 4 wives.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and that last one, everyone was raising eyebrows on her. You know, I think she the one with the youngest son that he had or something. She wasn't really all that right, everybody was saying.
Let me tell you
He got some
something.
close friends that's close to him, and they've been trying to get this case reopened and get some investigation done into it. And they've been doing this, I think, since 2017. I don't know what, but you know, they came up with that investigation back then, but it didn't go nowhere. Now they back again at it again. Now maybe.
I never knew that. Wow.
Yes,
The thing's gonna happen
See,
with Michael
Michelle, just in case you didn't know.
And you know how his kids were. You know, they was feuding about who gets what and da. They, you know, just money hungry. You know, they was just wanting just get it this and get that. And Al Sharpton and Coretta King, what's the King daughter, the oldest one?
Well,
she had to kind of like step in and try to mediate with them.
You talking about Bernice?
Yes.
Yeah, Bernice was the baby girl. She was a baby.
Okay.
She was a baby.
She had to try to mediate between us.
She did.
You know, they was all in the news, wanting to write a book and all this stuff. They exactly. James Brown still sitting up in somebody's front room.
Child, I walk in somebody's house and see they dead sitting there. They gonna have to pay me some money. Give me my piece, my cut. Okay.
You know, they moved that man around pretty much a lot of times there. You know, he was at one location for a while, then he moved. Yeah.
Well,
That was so how they done that. I don't know if he done him back up or whatever. Yeah, well, you know, he was what, 73?
well, when you
And he had suspicion. I mean, he had pneumonia. And he had that congestive heart failure due to that pneumonia. So I mean,
yeah, that can happen.
One question is, what they think, is she poisoned him or something? I don't know.
You know what? When there's a lump sum, when there's not a lump sum, but when there's a lot of money, people want to make sure they're getting their share, their cut. But you know, I didn't. So look, so let's go on to the living. Jussie Smollett. Jussie is being indicted again on false charges of the claim that he was attacked. And instead of Jussie saying, "Look, how much I need to write y'all off to, you know,"
exactly, because he should have known this city,
right,
is really money hungry.
Right.
Chicago is not going to play with you if you owe them anything.
No.
They're not going to.
And so now he's doing a countersuit because he says that he's being malicious. And this story also is coming from.
You know what brought that up? The ex-superintendent, Eddie Johnson. He was fired for being found slumped over in his police vehicle.
Oh, yeah. Right.
He was out on a date with one of the dispatchers or whatever. He moved her from the inner office to his personal security. She was his driver. I don't know how good his wife felt about all this and that, but they was messing around. I come to find out.
Well, you don't do it in the car. You need to go somewhere where you fall over, sleep, knocked out. You know, can't
he was trying to make it home, and I guess that stop sign he had to come to, I guess he's waiting on it to turn red. I mean, green.
Turn green. He waiting for the stop sign.
He was waiting on it to turn green, so he was still asleep.
He thought he was in the Flintstones.
Oh man!
But the man fired. But this man pension. This man makes $16,000 a month.
Really?
Yes.
A month?
A month.
Hey, is he and his wife still together?
She's not going anywhere. She's on the police force.
Because I was ready to say.
Sergeant or something up in there.
I was about to say.
A lot of messing around goes on in that police department. Yeah.
But if that wife wasn't still there, honey, I was about to go hook him up. But anyway.
Of course.
16 G's a month? How you want it? How you want it?
Yeah, Eddie Johnson is sick. That man ain't hurt.
No, he's not hurt. And that's the thing that gets me when I think about the debates with the Democratic debates. I don't know if you two saw. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! You know, but this is what it sounds like to me. It's the rich calling the rich. You rich. You rich. No, you got the. And when Bloomberg busted Sanders out and said, but you have 3 houses.
A millionaire with 3 homes.
What? What?
But see, Bernie Sanders, I'm not knocking Bernie Sanders, even though he has 3 homes, because within themselves, Bloomberg, dude, you was a good friend of Trump. All of a sudden, you all play golf